Hey guys, what's going on? It's your favorite Hellenist. And today this is gonna be a controversial video of mine, but I wanted to talk about myth and masculinity, especially the ways in which Greek myth has been sort of appropriated by these like trad male, like sigma male groups, in order to paint a false picture of what Greek culture and ancient Greek people were like. um and normally, I wouldn't really give much of my um words that much weight. Normally I like to think of my comments on these things as um sort of like an introduction to the topic so that you all can form your own opinions. But I wanted to um I wanted to say something about it this time because like I have a master's degree in the liberal arts, which basically is another way to say Western classics. And so I do feel like I I can say a lot about this. And yeah, I've just noticed that it started back around 6 years ago, but really took off during the pandemic, and I think reached its peak in um 2022, more or less. And it's the this sort of, there are a lot of like quote unquote stoic YouTube and Instagram channels that essentially basically they present a watered down version of stoicism that tries to shove in traditional Christian masculinity and mix it with what they think is stoicism. And it's like, oh, you can't feel, you have to be emotionalist and stuff like that, when if you actually read the Stoics, it's not necessarily about suppressing your emotions or anything like that, or being a tough guy or whatever. No, you feel your feelings. Um, and the point is to understand them and not let them define you, first and foremost. Not some sort of one dimensional, oh, you shouldn't care because you're a man or whatever, which is what I've seen from a lot of these videos. Some are better than others, don't get me wrong. Not all of them do this, but a lot do. And yeah, another thing too that I know is that they give a wrong impression of, like, when they talk about Greek heroes like Achilles and Patroclus and stuff like that. They present them as, oh, these manly men who fought and who never showed emotion and were tough, when again, if you actually read the Iliad and the Odyssey, you realize that brothers and sisters, Achilles was a crybaby. Like, one of his biggest character flaw in the freaking book is that he's petulant, he's immature. He goes to cry to his goddess mother when he doesn't want to listen to Agamemnon, brothers and sisters. He literally cries. He starts weeping, and same thing for Odysseus, bro. Odysseus cries. Um, all the freaking time in the Odyssey, man. Like he cries before he sets sail from Calypso's um cave. He cries recalling events in Troy when he washes up on that one island where Nausicaa is. The name is blanking out on me, but I'm just saying, like, you know, these weren't your typically patriarchal Christian manly men, not at all. And it's such a disservice that young men are watching things like these, and they most of them do not go out and completely read the Iliad or the Odyssey, and it's pretty sad. And it honestly gives a wrong impression that the Greeks, for some reason, didn't understand the complexities of human emotion, or that they didn't realize that humans have, and men especially, have more than one emotion, guys. Like you see what I mean? It's trying to shove in our current, like the way we currently think about what men should be, into their stories and their myths, when that could be the farthest thing from the truth. And it also happens to a lesser extent just in general with other types of works, like um I see this with women more, where they present Greek culture as somehow not being self-aware about um patriarchy and stuff like that, when that's not true at all. For example, Euripides in Medea. Medea is, in my opinion, a very um strongly feminist character. You know, she's a like, in terms of her actions, she's obviously terrible, but when you realize that Jason is not a good husband, and that Jason essentially threw her away for status, um and bro, in that case, in the case of Medea, bro, even the chorus is like, Jason, you're wild, you're tripping, man. Like, bro, when the chorus in a Greek play breaks the fourth wall to tell you that you're wrong, bro, you know you messed up. But like, there's him, and there's also Chaucer. Chaucer, also the wife of Bath. Like, the wife of Bath, she doesn't fit into the the standard, like, oh yeah, you get married for God's sake and you have one husband. She says, no, I love having and being with multiple partners in the 13th century. And she, like, brings up Paul and the Bible. She quotes First Corinthians 7, and it's like, and all of these female characters were written by men. So to say that, like, you know, they somehow didn't know what they were doing to women, or didn't know about the complexities and failures and flaws of masculinity is just false. It's false, and it doesn't line up with the actual text. And if the only thing that you're taking away from these texts is the way things have always been or were before is based, you have a very narrow reading of the text, and I really suggest that you widen your horizons a bit more if you feel that way. All right, thank you. Bye.